What is going on, my Extreme Team? Johnnyboy back for another top 5 Pokemon. Now, the reason why I wanted to do another one of this is because you guys absolutely came through on the first episode of this Pokemon top 5. On Pokemon top 5 Fire-type Pokemon, I said that the like goal was going to be around 12 likes, and we actually got to 16 likes on that episode, so I'm guessing you guys are enjoying these top 5, so I'm going to go ahead and keep them going. I'm actually going to up the like goal. As you guys loved it so much, I'm going to up the like goal, because these videos, I'm not going to lie, do take a long time to make. It takes about 3.5 hours to make everything. So obviously I've got to write down all my reasoning and everything like that, and obviously I've got to edit the video, make the layout, make a new layout every single time I do it, and there's just so much stuff that goes into it, obviously the rendering time as well. It goes into that. So if we can make 15 likes on this episode, that would absolutely be amazing. If you guys are hyped for more top 5, weekly top 5 every Tuesday, make sure you go ahead and destroy that like button down below. If we can make 15 likes, we'll keep top 10 going. So we are going to go ahead and get into this. This week's top 5 is going to be the top 5 ice type Pokemon. Now, not many of you guys did it in the previous episode, but I did say if you guys want to see a specific top 10 of specific type, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. If you want to see a specific type, put it in the comments. If you don't want to see a specific type, I'm just going to completely just pick from random every single week. But anyway, this is going to be the top 5 ice type Pokemon, and let's go ahead and get into it, because this was the hardest one to come up with. Just one honorable mention before we get into this. I'm probably not going to add it to the actual screen, to the layout, but Mamoswine just missed out the top 5 just by one. I do love Mamoswine. I love his design and everything like that, and I feel like Mamoswine should have a Mega Evolution, and it was really hard choosing between him and our 5th favorite. So yeah, I wanted to just say Mamoswine is an honorable mention, because I do love Mamoswine. But this was a hard one to come up with, but let's go ahead and get into it anyway. Our number 5 is going to be Glaceon. Now this is a bit of a weird one for me. It wasn't on my list originally, but as again, I went through the Pokedex and I saw Glaceon. I just think I love Glaceon. Glaceon is my favorite evolution design. It's not my favorite evolution. Leafeon is my favorite evolution, but in terms of the design, Glaceon is my favorite evolution design. I think Glaceon does pretty much everything that an evolution needs to do, and I feel like EVs, you know, all these evolutions, they're sort of based on sort of cute Pokemon. People love them because they're cute, and in my opinion, Glaceon is the cutest evolution. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me. Some of you might, but I definitely think that Glaceon is the cutest evolution. And also I love the color scheme as well. I like the sort of like dark blue and sky blue. He just looks really cool. He seems like the embodiment of ice type Pokemon. Another thing I like about Glaceon is how you evolve him. I love how they did that in Gen 4. They do it with Leafeon as well, but you actually have to go to a place that is literally covered in ice in order to evolve this thing. You have to go to the icy rock in order to evolve Eevee into a Glaceon, which I think is a really cool touch, a really nice touch from Nintendo, from Game Freak, to include that in the game. I just think that's amazing. You actually have to go somewhere that's made of ice. You actually have to work to get your evolution, rather than just having you know, stone. Because you can buy like evolution stones from the department store. You can. So I think it's cool that you have to actually work to get a Glaceon. I think Glaceon's design is absolutely amazing. Glaceon's Pokedex description is also really cool as well. It causes ice crystals to form by lowering the temperature of the surrounding atmosphere. A bit like Magmar in our top 5 fire-type Pokemon, Glaceon likes to make the atmosphere around it ice-type. He likes to own this area. I just love that, how you can just like walk into one area. It could be anything. It could be grassland, it could be fire, and Glaceon just wants to make it his own, and ice crystals are forming all around it just with Glaceon's presence. He is a really cool ice type Pokemon. Competitively, because I'm actually going to include competitive sort of stuff in this top 5. I didn't really talk about it too much in the previous top 5, but I am just going to talk about it in this top 5, because we're sort of improving, we're sort of getting better every time we do these top 5 videos. With competitive, being an evolution, Glaceon is very bulky. Obviously, he can take a hit for days. He really can. And he's also, actually didn't get whether he's a sort of special attacker or a physical attacker. I think he's a physical attacker with most evolutions. The moves we get in by level up: Ice Fang, Ice Shard, and Blizzard. So definitely powerful Ice-type moves that we can get by level up with Glaceon. And also by TM, I think it's really cool that you can learn Shadow Ball as well. So nice coverage, to be fair, on Glaceon. Can take a hit. It's got an amazing design. The cutest of all the evolutions, in my opinion. The embodiment of Ice. I love that Pokedex description, and that is why Glaceon is my number 5. Top 5. I just screw it up every time. Top 5. He's number 5. Let's go into number 4. I've really got to sort that out. Number 4 on my favorite top 5 Ice-type Pokemon list, there you go, is Weavile. This is another one that I absolutely love just based on the design. I mean, he's a Dark type. You know he's a Dark type just by looking at him. He looks like he's up to no good. He looks like he's a troublemaker. He is the Sharp Claw Pokemon. He's such a confident looking Pokemon. He's just so powerful. That Ice Dark type is a really nice matchup. And he just like Houndoom, you can just see that he's a Dark type Pokemon. You can just imagine, you know, you're walking through the forest at night and it's all icy. You can just imagine, you can just see these glowing eyes of a Weavile just following you around. He's just so mysterious and so mischievous. He's such a cool looking Pokemon. His Pokedex description is evolution made him more devious. So since he was a Sneasel, he was devious as a Sneasel, but he's even more devious and even more troublemaking as a Weavile. It communicates by clawing signs in boulders. Now this kind of suggests also that Weavile isn't just a lone ranger. He's not just on his own. He's sort of like a pack Pokemon. They work as groups. And so it's just really cool how you can just imagine Weavile stalking his prey from the trees. He's such a good Dark type Pokemon in the same way that he's a really cool Ice type Pokemon as well. I feel like Dark should actually be his main typing rather than Ice. But I just think he's really cool that he's an Ice type Pokemon as well. He really gives you the chills. He really does. Competitive wise, actually no, I've got something else written down here. See, I didn't even read it. He evolves at nighttime using the Razor Claw. That also obviously adds to his Dark type sort of presence, and also he has to use the Sharp Claw, the Razor Claw, in order to evolve. So he's just got super strong claws. He's hiding in the trees. He's a troublemaker. He's just such a cool Pokemon. Competitive wise, his attack is almost triple his special attack. So don't think you're gonna get anywhere using special attacking moves with Weavile. He's definitely a physical attacker with those sharp claws, and his speed is his highest stat. So he is just, he's just amazing. I love that. I love how his attack is really high. He's got these sharp claws. He's fast as well. He's such a cool Pokemon. I seem to really have a thing, not a thing, but I seem to really like fast Pokemon. That's why we had Arcanine in the previous top 5, and also his moves, Night Slash and Hone Claws. Obviously Hone Claws is going to increase his speed even more. I'm pretty sure that's what Hone Claws does. Increase his speed even more, even though it's a high stat already. And he's also got Night Slash, which is going to do a ton of damage with that really high attack. And by TM, he also gets Foul Play, which is another physical attacking Dark type move. You get Foul Play and Ice Punch on this thing, you are going to be destroying the finest of lives. You really are. He's such a cool Pokemon, such a cool design. Definitely a Dark type, just looking at his design. And I love Weavile, and that is why he is number 4. Moving on to number 3. I have so much writing down here. I just did so much more preparation for this. Moving on to number 3 is going to be the Pokemon Frostlass. Now, it's kind of like exactly the same reason in a way with the design for Weavile. He's sort of like mischievously looking. He's a ghost type. He's a ghost ice type. He is the ultimate Pokemon for giving you the chills. He really is. I mean, he's cold, so he's going to give you the chills anyway, but he's also a ghost type. Imagine a Frostlass going through you. I feel like it just frees you completely. You'd die. I'm pretty sure you die. So I just think Frostlass is really cool. I love that he's a ghost ice type Pokemon. I don't think there are many ice ghost type Pokemon. I think Vanillix is an ice ghost type. I wasn't gonna have Vanillix on here. It's just I just don't like that. Pokemon based around food. It's really just not a good idea. It's really not. Another thing I love about Frostlass is the colors as well. I think he's a really colorful, really greatly designed Pokemon. I mean, he has orange, he has blue, he has purple. He's such a good looking Pokemon. He just stands out despite being a ghost type. You definitely see him from a mile off with these colors. But I just think he looks really cool. It's not really like what you sort of used to seeing with a ghost type. It's normally sort of like a dark color, like, you know, like Gengar's like purple, and like Dust Noir, he's like really, really dark, he's black, and everything like that. So I just love that Froslass is a ghost type, but he's colorful as well. He's really, really colorful. Pokedex description, which I think is one of the weirdest Pokedex descriptions ever. I know there's weirder ones out there. I know that Banner has got a really weird Pokedex description, but the Pokedex description for Froslass is: legends in snowy regions say that a woman who was lost on an icy mountain was reborn as a Froslass. That's a weird Pokedex description, and I think that's really cool. That definitely fits in with the fact that he's a ghost type. It's a creepy Pokemon. It's a weird, sort of twisted kind of Pokemon, and the fact that all Frostlasses are female kind of ties in with that that sort of theory there with the Pokedex description. It's just a really cool Pokedex description with a really weird, really sort of weird past. And I like that. I like weird. I think weird is good. If anyone calls you weird, that is a good thing. And I've got a thing popping up on my screen again, and this happens every single time, and you guys can't see it, so I don't even know. I don't even know why I mention it. It just pops up on my screen. You'll probably see my mouse on the screen here. I'm trying to cover it up. Just so annoying. Always happens. I'm just gonna have to wait for it to move. Oh god, why does it do this? Why does it do this? I have so many things, just like you have like a sort of an update on your computer. Anyway, I'm going to carry on talking because you guys can't see it anyway because of the layout over the top of it. Competitive for Froslass. He is a mixed competitive Pokemon. As you can see, his stats are like 70, 80, 70, 80, and then his speed is 30 points higher. His speed is 110. So I'd say that you can run Froslass as a mixed attacker, mixed defender as well. A really, really strong speed. It's a really, really fast Pokemon. So I think, you know, you can just run anything on him. You can run anything on him for competitive. The moves by level up: Ice Shard, we've got Shadow Ball, Blizzard, we've got Hail. Obviously, Hail is a great ice type move. I'm gonna go ahead and move this thing that's on my screen right now because it's annoying the hell out of me. You guys might see my mouse. I'm sorry about that if you guys can see my mouse. And by TM, I love this by TM. He can learn Thunderbolt, Thunder, and Psychic. That's a great thing with ghost type Pokemon. They can learn an array of moves. Like a bit like Gengar. Obviously Gengar can learn moves like Thunderbolt. He can learn Dazzling Gleam. Ghost types are so cool for learning just so many moves, so versatile. And I'd love to have a Froslass maybe with Shadow Ball, have Psychic on him, Thunderbolt, Hail. Oh, that'd be just such a cool Pokemon. He'd be such a cool Pokemon. Really, really nice and diverse. I love the design. I love the Pokedex entry as well. Weird Pokedex entry, which is awesome. The design is beautiful. The sort of past story with the woman sort of being lost in the woods and being reborn as a Froslass. I just love Froslass. I love to draw him as well. He's such a good Pokemon to draw because he's such a great design. So that is why Froslass is number 3 on our list. Coming in to the super, super sharp end of our list here, we're going to have number 2, which is from my favorite gen, 3rd gen. It is going to be Walrein for number 2. Walrein is someone who, again, I wasn't going to have on my list, and when I went through the Pokedex, I just remembered all the powerful times with Walrein. The design is just amazing. You just know this Pokemon is going to be powerful. He is the Ice Break Pokemon. This thing just looks so bulky. He's fierce, he's bulky, he's strong. This Walrein is scary. When you are up against a Walrein, you are in so much trouble. You just know you're in so much trouble. And as we can all sort of remember, if everyone's played through 3rd gen, when you go into the Pokemon League, you're up against that Walrein, you just know this thing is going to set up with Blizzard. You just know he's going to go for a Sheer Cold. And when you are in a Nuzlocke, Sheer Cold is the most annoying thing ever because you have your strongest Pokemon out. That's the main thing. You have your strongest Pokemon out against Walrein, and he goes for a Sheer Cold. So if you're in a Nuzlocke, you are absolutely destroyed. Doesn't matter what you have. That's what I love about Walrein. Doesn't matter what you have. It could be a Pokemon that is like 4 times effective against it. It could be a Pokemon that's super powerful. It could be a level 100 Pokemon, and he is going to go for a Sheer Cold and put you down. And in the Nuzlocke, it is so annoying against that thing. Even if you go, I mean, he's so bulky as well. Even if you go in with a Pokemon that's sort of like ×3 attack, ×3 special attack, there's still no guarantee you're going to take this thing out in one shot. When you have a Walrein on your team, you feel so powerful. You have such a strong team. Walrein's always going to be your ace. because just Walrein is amazing. You just feel unstoppable when you have one on your team, and that is why I love Walrein. He's such a strong Pokemon. Not mainly its design in this one, it's just mainly because he's such a strong Pokemon. He's unstoppable and really, really scary, and it brings back a lot of kind of like bad memories in the Elite Four, but kind of like good when you finally defeat the Walrein. You actually have a sense of like achievement when you've beaten Walrein. The Pokedex description for Walrein is: Walrein swims all over in frigid seawater while crushing icebergs with its grand imposing tusks. Its thick layer of blubber makes enemy attacks bounce off harmlessly. That's what I was talking about before. It just bounces off harmlessly. He's such a big Pokemon. He's such a powerful defensive Pokemon that any move that hits it, he's just going to take that hit and just give it back with a powerful Sheer Cold or a powerful Blizzard, and you are going to get one shot. You're going to get destroyed by Walrein. So he's just such a cool Pokemon just because of his strength. Just because of his power, just because of his record, his reputation for being power, and reputation for taking out so many people and ending Nuzlocke. He's just such a strong Pokemon, such a majestic Pokemon as well. The competitive side, he can really mix again. Special attack is his highest though, with obviously low speed being sort of a big Pokemon, being a heavy Pokemon, he's going to have low speed, and his highest stat is his HP. Obviously that adds to him taking hits. It's a bit like Chansey, a bit like Blissey, he can really take a hit. The moves by level up: Ice Fang, Blizzard, Sheer Cold, and Hail. Those are actually the last 4 moves that he actually learned in his moveset, and they're probably the best moves you can actually give to him. Ice Fang, Blizzard, Sheer Cold, and Hail. That's probably a moveset right there. So that's kind of a bad point in a way that he learns them really late on, but I guess by the time you get to the Elite Four, you're sort of level 56 anyway, so you're going to have all of these moves. And by TM, you can also learn Earthquake and Rock Slide, which is amazing. I love the fact that he can learn Earthquake, a bit like Charizard in the previous top 5, and we also have Rock Slide as well. He can just smash into stuff and rocks are just going to come flying down on top of you. So Walrein is amazing, absolutely amazing. That is why he is number 2, because of his sheer power, because of his sheer might, and just because of remembering battling him in Sapphire, in Emerald, and just being absolutely terrified of this thing. Moving on to number 1, I have a whole new page for this thing. We have our number 1, and it was hard to come up with this because there are a lot of good ice types, but I am going to go ahead and say that my number 1 favorite ice type Pokemon in my top 5 is going to be Articuno. You guys know that I love the Pokemon 2000 movie, and it's just that's done it for me once again. It's the nostalgia of that Pokemon 2000 movie, seeing the war between Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. It's just such a great episode, and Articuno is my favorite of the legendary birds, and the design is just so majestic, so powerful. You guys know I love the colors, that sky blue colors. He is the freeze Pokemon. It's almost like he is the leader of the ice types Pokemon. He is the freeze Pokemon, and he is just such a cool looking Pokemon. No pun intended there. I love the movie. I love how he is in the movie. Just the battle, the war, I just love that movie so much. I feel like Zapdos is going to be in my top 5 electric type Pokemon, although there is a lot of cool electric type Pokemon. We'll see when we get to it, but Articuno is definitely my favorite ice type Pokemon, and it's always been that way as well. Articuno has always been my favorite ice type Pokemon. I did love Dugong for a while. I did. I'm not sure why he's not on this list. I did love Dugong, but Articuno has always been my favorite. The Pokedex description for Articuno is unbelievably powerful. The Pokedex description is: Articuno is a legendary bird Pokemon that can control ice. The flapping of its wings chills the air. As a result, it is said that when this Pokemon flies, snow will fall. What a powerful Pokedex entry, an amazing Pokedex entry. This thing is the embodiment of ice. He makes snow fall when he flies. Again, changing the environment around him. And I mean, everyone loves snow. Everyone loves snow. I mean, I live here in England, and we get like the most pitiful amount of snow ever, and I love snow. I wish we had Articuno here in England. I really wish we did. Maybe we will soon with the announcement of that new Pokemon Go app, but that is going to be for a whole nother video. But yeah, I just absolutely love Articuno. I love that Pokedex description. He makes snowfall when he flies. I think that'd be so cool. Imagine being an Articuno. You could just fly over anyone you want and just plaster him in snow. He's just absolutely amazing. The design is powerful. The movie Pokemon 2000 is powerful, so nostalgic. Competitive-wise, he's a special attacker with a very high special defense, very well special defensive Pokemon. Definitely takes those Thunderbolts very, very well. Moves by level up, he gets Freeze Dry, Sheer Cold, and Ancient Power, a bit like Moltres with the Ancient Power, and TM, Skydrop, Giga Impact, and Ice Beam. Half of his moves by level up are Ice-type Pokemon, so like Magmar, he's just the embodiment of his type. He just owns that type. He's just absolutely amazing, and I love everything about Articuno, and that is all I have to say. There we have it, you guys. That is going to be the top 5 favorite Ice-type Pokemon. As always with these top 5 videos, I would love to see you guys top 5s in the comment section below. Make sure you go ahead and think of your top 5. Throw it into the comment section below. I'll go ahead and reply to you, and we'll go ahead and have a little talk about it, and we'll see which one of you guys has the best top 5 Ice-type Pokemon. Although it doesn't matter, you know, everyone's top 5 is amazing. I don't mind if you have Vanillix in your top 5. I don't mind if you have Delibird. It's cool, you guys. It's cool. Any Ice-type Pokemon will do. As long as they're your favorite, that's good. I hope you guys have indeed enjoyed this episode. If you have, again, I'll say it, a like goal for this episode is going to be 15 likes. I say it all the time. Well, all the time twice. This is the second episode. These episodes do take a long time to make, so if we can get this episode up to 15 likes, show some support, we'll have a brand new top 5 coming next week. If you want to choose which top 5 we have next week over which typing we have next week, put it in the comment section below. If you don't want to have to choose, I will choose myself. I'll sort it out myself, and I will have a completely random top 5 for next week. I hope you guys have indeed enjoyed this episode. I really, really appreciate all you guys' support. I'm just hyped that you are loving the new series. It's amazing for a new series, the confidence that I get when you guys say that you love it. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Sapphire or Fire Red, and I'll see you guys next week. This time on Tuesday for another episode of Top 5 Pokemon. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button for us, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out, guys.